Also, I didn't get the we were wearing black today cue. Thanks, guys.
I didn't get the invite to the gym cue. Let's spark this off right.
Sorry.
What was that about?
You just weren't invited.
Yeah.
Good.
It was a girls' day.
I'm glad I wasn't invited.
No, in all honesty, I had a posing session on Thursday, actually at Morgan's Apartment Complex, which I keep forgetting. And then I was like, if I just go to Willow, which of course I'm going to have to pay to get a day pass, but if I just go to Willow, then I'll be able to get in the gym sooner and get done sooner because my workouts take me like 3 hours right now. So I just went to Willow and I was like halfway through my workout and I walked in the bathroom and I like looked and I was like, oh, there's Morgan.
That's so funny. That's cool.
And I guess she was like looking at me for.
Yeah, I was like staring for a second. I was like doing one of those like waiting for her to turn around.
Morgan be acting like she don't see nobody in the gym. That's her thing.
I don't though.
You're a liar. Anyways. So y'all didn't work out. Y'all just saw each other.
Yeah, no, we didn't work out together because we were doing different days. I was doing legs. Because I feel like that's all I.
Well, I meant to do back and buys, but all the back things were not available,
Taken?
so I just did shoulders.
Yeah, I worked out for the first time in a week today. I think maybe a week.
What'd you hit?
Shoulders and a little bit of triceps.
So that's the first thing you hit when you go back to the gym is shoulders and triceps?
You want to be honest?
Why was it not like chest?
Because I
or
usually
legs?
do chest, back. Don't go to the gym for the rest of the week. And I haven't been doing shoulders in months and months. So I was like, I need to do shoulders. So I decided to do shoulders. Okay. Yeah. And like sometimes I'll go back and do legs. But like, honestly, I'm at a point now, just being honest, it's like sometimes I just do legs so I don't get fined. You know, at this point. That's one of the things that I'm low-key excited about, like, being done with prep is just having, going back and doing, like, some auxiliary days that I haven't done. Like, I haven't done triceps or biceps in 6 months. I do like to do chest. I like to do a little bit. I haven't done chest in 6 months.
Did you say auxiliary days?
Auxiliary? Like, yeah, they're like the things that don't for women. Like, they're the things that don't like. I'm not gonna say they don't really matter.
That's what powerlifters be using that word.
But if you
I thought it was accessory.
Yeah, it is. I think.
Oh.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Auxiliary accessory.
It sounded right.
Yeah, I was gonna say whatever. Thanks, Morgan.
I'm sorry.
Welcome back, Shay.
I thought it was funny.
But like those things that you like don't like them. I mean, I hit them. Trust me, like I hit them in other exercises, but it's like I haven't actually done those. And there's some like I love tricep extensions, like with the rope. Mm-hmm. That's like one of my favorite exercises.
I think that's everyone's. I don't know. I feel like that's everyone's, right?
Yeah,
that's
I just really like that one. I don't know. I think it's because it like makes me feel like it's like not a. I don't know. When you think about girls, like you go straight to the leg exercises, so it's like an arm exercise that I'm decently strong at. So I'm like, okay, I can do a little something. Like that's why I think I like that one.
You see all these plates going up right here.
But like like I'm excited to like have some freedom with that. But yeah, the gym has been super crazy packed recently. Like,
I mean, it's New Year's.
It is. Today, a guy took a machine from me while I was using it.
I told you that means you gotta get stronger.
No, like I had my it was leg extensions. Like I went in the gym. It's my first exercise, so I always like set the weight up and then I like stretch a little bit, whatever. And like I literally went to go use the restroom before I started. So I maybe had the machine like 5-6 minutes, whatever. I come back and he's on the machine. And mind you, my backpack is like right in front of the machine. And he was like, I was like, hey, I'm using that. He was like, yeah, he's like, but you've been here for 15 minutes and haven't done a set yet. He was like, you don't get to just hog the gym. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, seriously? Because he could have literally just asked to work. Like, that's the wildest experience I've had because he wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Like, you could have even played dumb and been oh my God, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Or, like, you could have been like, oh, I'm going to work. And I was like, are you serious right now? He's like, well, I watched you sit here. He's like, I did 3 sets over here and did 3 sets over here. And I wanted to be like, and if that's how quickly it took you to do 3 sets on 2 machines, that's why you look the way you look. But I was like, let me stay in my lane. And I was like, that's fine. I'm literally just going to stand so close to the leg extension machine now that you can't do any more reps since you want to be a smart and be like, oh, I'm going to do more reps now.
The ASMR cuss word was crazy.
Because y'all were talking about all this stuff that gets censored on YouTube, and then I was thinking, like, maybe I shouldn't curse as much anymore. So I was
Honestly,
trying to.
we're like, I feel like
I was trying to
since
censor.
we're so small, it's like it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Like, but then again, it's like, does it push? But anyways, yeah, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was like, and it was just also, I think, and maybe this will lead into a more extensive conversation, but I just think the audacity of men, like for you to just straight, like, I mean, it was so.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was so like, even though it wasn't even like, half of it is what you say, but it's also how you say it. His tone was mad disrespectful. Like, sir, I've never seen you in this gym one day in my freaking life, and I'm in this shit every freaking week, 6 times a week. Like, what? Like, what is happening right now?
And to talk to somebody like that, like, without, I mean, you can have a conversation and say your piece without being
Rude. I mean, even to just talk to a woman like that, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, talk to anyone, but talk to a woman like that, it's like, bro, relax.
And it also just makes me, I know I've mentioned this before, but like, I wonder would he have had that same energy if I had have been.
Sorry. Okay,
like,
that's just a round joke.
Not strong,
but
but like if it was,
huge dude.
I don't think if it was you, I don't think he would have had the same energy.
Nah, probably not.
Like, and that's,
But maybe,
Which
I don't
is-
know.
and that's wild to
which
me
is-
because I deserve to take up as much space in the gym as you do. And if you don't have that same, if you wouldn't have that same energy towards you, you shouldn't have that same energy towards me just because I'm a female. Like, and you could have easily, he could have easily, like, if I was really there for that long, you could have been like, hey, I know you're still warming up. Do you mind if I hop in real quick while you're still getting settled and like hit some sets? But he like reset all of the settings too. So I like already had it set for like the ankle pad to be in the right place, like the
What machine
back,
was it?
like extensions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he
like-
could have asked you, like, how many sets do you have left? All this, like, anything.
Yeah, especially since you
Instead of
apparently
just,
watched
like-
me for your 3
Right.
sets. Watched
He's
me.
just stewing in
Yeah.
his madness. Like,
Basically.
I'm gonna get her. This is what I'm gonna tell her right when she goes.
People are crazy. Speaking of crazy, I have a proposition to the ladies.
Okay.
I
So,
always get scared when he starts like this. I'm like, God, what's coming
no,
out
you know
his
what I
mouth
noticed? I
next?
did it earlier, and I just noticed I go like this. That's how I know I'm about to say something stupid. I go
It's
like this.
like
I go like this.
Knuckles cracking.
Yeah, like,
it's
this is going to be
good.
good. All right, so I was talking, and I was saying, like, when I said the hormonal line with the women, right, made me start thinking about it. And I was thinking about how, people be saying that men cheat and that they think with their small head. And I was like, okay, so why do they always think with their small head, right? Like, do you guys have an answer for that?
Why do you guys think with your small head?
Yeah.
Isn't it like actually like a chemical and like genetic thing? I think there's like some.
A hormonal thing.
Is
So
that
hear
what
me
you-
out.
Is that what you wanted me to say, Miles?
No, I didn't want you to say that. I just want to know if y'all had a different answer. I've gotten different answers. So I was thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, if a woman, when she is on her period or her hormones are fluctuating, they can be angry, sad, or anything like that. Well, if their second head is controlled by hormones, can they be at fault for what they do when they're being hormonal?
Yes.
Yeah, you can be at fault.
Why?
First of all, it's not like you think with your second head 1 week per month. First of all, so let's start
Well, you
with.
shouldn't talk about how men's hormones react. I don't know. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we were basing this off of women's cycles because that's normally when that 1 week is normally when we're more irritable or more moody. So you guys don't think with your head 1 week
Okay,
out of the month.
but what
So
I'm
that's the
saying
first
is
argument.
like, okay, that's how women or some women are created. What if men are just created differently? Why do we have to have the same once a week hormone influx? Because
So
it
what's-
is hormones.
So what's but hormones run on a cycle. So what's the cycle?
I don't know that. I'm not no scientist. I'm just saying, like, like post-nut clarity and stuff like that. It's like, it's the same thing. It's kind of like, oh, yeah, I was tripping. I know I was tripping. You know what I mean?
But also we talked about before how we don't excuse, like you can't excuse, like although women are moody or more irritable or anything like that on your period, it's still not an excuse for the behavior. As you get older and more and mature, you have to learn to to control that and then accept the consequences if you don't.
Morgan's hot about that one.
I'm just hot today in general. But I think, okay, so say for a woman, she's on her period during her cycle, and say I go crazy on you and I slash your tires and I key your car.
Yeah.
And I
break all your shit.
Break everything. And okay. So say I do that.
Yeah.
Am I at fault because I'm on my period?
No.
Lie again, Miles. Lie again.
I mean,
I would be held
okay, but
responsible
listen.
for what I do, regardless of my hormones.
I mean, yes, but I'm sure some are a little bit more fluctuating than others.
But you learn how to maintain those. I mean, that would be the same thing. Like, women have crazy high sex. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. A lot of women have a higher sex drive when they're on their cycle than any other time of the month. So do I get a freebie if my boyfriend happens to be away the week I'm on my cycle and I sleep with some other guy? Oh, well I was super horny because I was on my cycle. So oops.
Maybe.
Sorry.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
So
because
if Sam came to you and said that, you would just be like, oh, okay. Like you were hormonal, so it's a pass.
This thought is not applying to me. I was just throwing it in the air because I also don't think with my second head. So I'm just saying it's like if
I wish a guy would give me that excuse when I asked if he cheated and that
but what I'm saying,
and that was the reason I would have. Oh my god! I would immediately.
I was being hormonal.
Yo, I probably would have just mouth open would have looked at you and been like, "Huh?"
But wait. So hear me out though. So if women or people just say, like I said, men do that regularly, then what's the actual excuse for it? You're just saying men suck. Is that what the verdict is?
Not men, this specific person. If you're speaking with your head, so you want to justify doing something crazy?
I mean, that's the same way, like, when you...
In a relationship, if that's something that you guys...
I mean, I think... You know what actually Sam said, which was, I think, the best answer, was if you maybe had disclaimed that at the beginning of the relationship, technically it wouldn't even be cheating. So you would basically have just an open relationship. But I was saying...
But I also think there's a very a high level of like immaturity in that space, because keep in mind, like, we all have initial reactions to things, right? So when you're mature enough, we don't act off the initial thing. Like, I think we've all been in spaces before where, like, I mean, my mom always used to say, like, when you're in a relationship, you're not dead. So it's not like you don't find other people attractive or anything like that. It's about, is that impulse worth acting on and losing or possibly losing or damaging the person that I have in my life? But it goes the same way with not just thinking with that head. Like, for me, I have to sometimes balance out what my heart feels with what's logical. Like, I'm a very emotionally charged person, and I have to remind myself sometimes, like, okay, that initial feeling, if I react off of this initial feeling, what are going to be the consequences of that? And is that possibly going to jeopardize the overall thing? Or do I wait until I settle some and my brain's come in and been like, okay, let's think logically about this. Then do I think with my head or with my heart? It's the same kind of principle. You don't get a pass just because that was your initial thought. Like, for me, if you're acting off of your initial thought in anything, you know, every once in a while, okay, but on a regular basis, you have a high level of immaturity for me. Like,
no, emotional intelligence.
Well, we can use that one too. I thought I'd switch it up today. I was trying to use a different word today, but we can use emotional intelligence.
All right, I was just trying to speak for the men's hormones. They don't get enough, credit. Like, like, women, can be mad at me, you know what I'm saying, because they're being hormonal, but men can't be.
But I think you guys do have, I wouldn't say, like, I don't know if it's necessarily hormonal, but I feel like men react really differently than women when y'all are, like, overworked or, like, tired, like, stressed. I feel like, and I don't think it's all men, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think women's threshold, just because we're, like, most of us are raised to be, like, childbearers or, like, have helped in a house from a very young age and that type of thing. I feel like we have a higher stress threshold than a lot of men do. So I feel like... Sorry. So I feel like when you guys like y'all kind of get hormonal, if that's what we want to say, when like when you're stressed, and I feel like y'all get
hormonal or what do you mean by
irritable? Like I just feel like you know what I'm talking about. Like I feel like a man and a woman can be at the same stress level, and you'd be able to pick it out in the man before you'd be able to pick it out in the woman.
I disagree.
Like your mood changes.
I disagree. All humans are created equally. No, because
Miles is gonna get a organized nurse today. I can already tell.
No. The only reason why I'm saying that is because when I was saying the same stuff, but just not the politically correct way, I was wrong.
Yeah, you need to be politically correct.
Nah, I'm not for that. That's actually what I've been talking about a lot.
He still says it.
I'm getting old, and I'm getting tired of political correctness and stuff. I'm getting tired of it. I don't know. But anyways, I thought we'd interrupt this segment with some Would You Rathers.
Why did you just say carnival music?
So I want to say the first one. Some people sent in, and we just got some good ones. Some Would You Rathers, and the one I got, I just want to get that one out the way first while you are pulling those up.
And then I have some other like very random ones that they do not know about. But go ahead, Miles.
So
first.
would you guys...
Ladies first.
Would you... would you guys rather to be able to detect all the lies being told to you, or being able to lie without being detected? You being able to lie without being detected.
I can go first. That one's easy for me. I don't like to lie anyway. So let me detect the lies. Easy.
That was my first thought.
Yeah. But
in the case that I did need to lie, well, I don't know when I would need to lie.
It also is not like all of your
Until
lies
it
are going to
comes
be... It's not like it's all your lies are going to be automatically told. Like,
let me ask y'all this. What do you think my answer is going to be?
I feel like you would rather...
The other one.
I want to say the other way, but I feel like you're also too honest. You don't really catch me as somebody that lies.
Thank you, Shay.
I feel like you may skirt around topics. Like,
I don't skirt around nothing.
You're the type that I don't think would lie, but like also you're not going to proactively give any information.
You think so?
If that makes any sense.
Sam's always like...
But I feel like I already detect the lies anyway. So.
When I lie? Or you're saying in general? I'm like, how are we lying?
Yeah, like I feel like you're the type where like... Okay, not that you would do this now because like obviously you're engaged, but I feel like you're the type where if you were dating a girl and you hung out with somebody that you maybe weren't supposed to hang out with, I feel like you wouldn't actively tell your girl that you hung out with the person you weren't supposed to, but if she straight up asked you, you wouldn't lie about it.
Yeah, I know a funny situation. I know a crucifying situation. I used to have like a nudes folder, and I don't know if Sam asked me this or one of my exes, but they were like, "Oh, you probably still have the nudes," and it was over text. They asked me that, and I deleted all of them. And I was like, "No, I don't."
But you made sure to delete it before you said that.
Before I said it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't lie.
You didn't lie?
Sam will always be like, "You're so like." She'll get mad because I'm honest. Like,
but I will say, the people that are like that,
like what?
Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. No. That just will like, they won't lie, but they also won't give up too much information. Those are the ones like when I date guys like that, I'll be like, let me just ask my question directly because I know you're not gonna like admit to it. Like if you hung out with somebody that you knew you weren't supposed to, like you're probably not gonna tell me, but I also am hip enough to be like, so did you hang out with so-and-so? Because I know if I ask you, you're gonna... Or
it's like you have to like ask the question that you can't get around. You have to ask it very specifically. That's the worst.
I'm not that person though. I'm pretty...
But I feel like a lot... and I don't think it's guy or girl. I think there are a lot of people that are like that. Like, where I'm the opposite way. Like, for example, I'm still cool with my ex from a while ago. Like... We're still like friendly, like it is just a friend thing, whatever. And he's been helping me out with the situation with my car since I got in a car accident like a month ago. And that's like the field he works in. He works at a car dealership. So I like the guy that I was dating. I was like, hey, I just want you to know, like, we're going to grab coffee together and like catch up and like talk about what I need with my car. And like, he's going to take care of some things, but like, I was proactive about it because I was like, I don't want this to seem like it's any like thing that it's not, or there's any shred of secrecy behind it, because it was innocent. So it's like, for me, if it's really innocent, then there should be no reason why it isn't like
All right, check this out.
communicated ahead of time.
Actually, I think we might have already asked this, talked about this one. I was going to ask y'all, and if we did, we don't have to talk about it. If you have a friend that you hooked up with in the past, but y'all haven't hooked up in a long time, do you need to tell your new significant other that, or can you just be like, I mean, there's nothing there, so there's no need to be it to be said?
I don't think we've talked about that exact specific. We've talked about something similar. But I think for me, it would depend upon like what type of friendship you have with this person. Okay. Like if this is somebody like let's say it was somebody that like you guys used to work out at the same gym together, and like whatever, like that's how y'all know each other, and then y'all hooked up a couple times. Like I don't necessarily need to know that, because your friendship is very like solidified to one like area of your life. Now if it's somebody that you're like cool with and like is involved in multiple parts of your life, like I don't know if it needs to be cut off, but I would definitely want to know when you guys are interacting. That's why I was so upfront. Like, I mean, my ex is somebody that I like even shared with the fact that my mom was sick, because he knows her and would care to know the same way I would care to know if somebody in his family was sick. But I'm also like, I don't see him without the person that I'm dating knowing that I'm seeing him. So I think it's again, for me, it always goes back to what we talked about before, the secrecy thing. And then do you act different when you're around them with me than how you act when it's just the two of you guys? Like, it's a secrecy thing about it. If I feel like there's any type of secrecy in that situation, then it's automatically going to, like, have my antennas up to, like, watch the situation. But if you're very open about it, I'm not saying that there couldn't still be stuff going on. Obviously, right? There's always that chance. But I think then at that point, you have to make a decision, like, do you trust your partner or do you not trust your partner?
Yeah. What about you, Morgan? Like, are you cool with that or not?
Well, I've had it happen to me in, I guess, the opposite way, where I had hooked up with somebody, but it's not like, I think the difference is you're talking about friends, like in a friend group, or just like your friends,
maybe, yeah,
like, cool.
Yeah, we're friends, like we would hang out sometimes, like, you know, whatever, maybe.
Well, here's the deal, like I didn't up front say, hey, like I hooked up with this person, like let me just tell you this for out of the blue. But when it was asked, you were honest. I was honest.
Yeah, I was in that situation, and I didn't know. Like, I felt like for me, and I've gotten better about that. I mean, like, for example, one time my ex texted me, like, near the beginning of me and Sam when we were official, and I was just like, I just want to let you know, like, my ex texted me. But
yeah, I did that too. I said that, you know, hey, like, I'm actually dating somebody.
But, like, for me, it was just like, I don't know, and I think this is a little bit wrong, actually, but I don't know. I am the type where I know where my intentions are, and I understand that everyone else doesn't.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, it's like, I know I'm good, so why do I need to tell you about this? It just makes this situation unnecessarily uncomfortable when, in my head, like I said, because I know who I am, and I know even just maybe that relationship that there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, if you don't say, I understand why it feels like, why you could have told me that.
I think there's also a lot of other factors that play into it too. Like, like, do other people know? So like, if it was in a situation where it was like,
no one knew.
Like, no one knew that you had hooked up with this girl, it may be a little bit different. But if it's like somebody that you hooked up with that like your friends or like some of our mutuals may know that you hooked up with this person and I don't know, I think that adds to it, because the last thing I think I would want to happen to my partner or happen to me is somebody random come up to me and be like, oh, did you know that like your man used to smash so-and-so? Like, and we're all kind of in the same like
ecosystem.
Yeah, friend group. Like, I know in the past, like guys that I've dated, if we have like multiple like mutuals, I'll be like, all right, look, let's just get this out of the way. Who in our mutual list have you smashed? I'll tell you who I've smashed. So we can just like move past it and just like let it be what it is. But then I also think it's an important thing too, because like if you used to smash homegirl and now like I don't know. It's just like it's a thing like where you can kind of just get a judgment of like I can kind of tell or like
if they're still hitting them up.
Yeah, like that type of thing. I just think it's more for me. I think sometimes it's not out of like control. Like you can't change it or I'm going to judge you. It's just like out of a respect thing to help keep from ever being in a situation where they're like, yo, did you know?
Yeah, you never want to be
that?
blindsided with
Yeah,
somebody saying. And plus, that's a crazy thing to say to someone, first of all.
But people do. People do.
I know. But can you, I couldn't, I don't know.
I mean, I couldn't imagine doing
that.
No, me
to
neither.
Somebody, but I know that people do that. And to be blindsided like
oh, you don't care that so-and-so.
Right.
Used to hook up with
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like,
no, I don't care. And
you're like, no, I think it's just, and for me too, like my face always gives my emotions away. Mm-hmm. So it's like if a girl came up to me and said that about my guy, like even if I tried to play it off like, oh, like I knew that, because that's how what I would say. I'd be like, oh, like that's whatever, like I already knew. But I know my face is gonna be like, bitch, you did not know. Yeah. Like I know my face is gonna give me away. And I think we just like all have passed. And also like to be 1,000% honest, Richmond is not that big. So I don't want to say that it's like common, but I don't think it's also uncommon for you to like possibly know somebody or know somebody who knows somebody of someone you slept. Like, does that make any sense? Like, it may not be like, I might not personally like for example, if you and I were dating Miles, I might not personally know your ex, but more than likely, like probably one of my friends may know your ex or something like that. Like,
not with me though. But I will agree that most people in the Richmond whatever, like may at the same time though.
And maybe
I was very like, I don't want no sort of like correlations throughout the.
And maybe no. Well, okay, maybe no is a exaggeration. Let's say no of. Like,
that's what I'm
that
saying,
would probably be a.
No one besides the ones that I grew up with.
It's that 6 degrees of separation that they speak of.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But like it's like a thing where everyone in the world is 6 degrees.
Like you know everybody by like 6 people away. Like
everybody in the whole world.
Maybe I don't know. I didn't know that.
Which I mean
Can I put my shoes on here or no?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my dog be out.
And then proceeds to put it on her leg anyway. So I was like, what are we doing?
Oh, wait. Let's go on with these things because our segment's effed up.
No, that was a good little leeway. We're gonna come back. Okay. Well, if I can type my own password into my phone.
My iPhone alert.
Please find these stuff. Please find these stuff. Please hurry up.
Okay.
How do I decline? Okay.
Okay, let me find a good one.
Are we on to Would You Rather?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you rather?
Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
I had a dream that I was in jail last night. Literally last night.
Do you know what?
And I haven't looked up why. Why was it? Dang,
I used to
important.
have a dream book right by my bed, and I would like write down everything. But it's
Should
mostly,
I look it up? What jail
you know what it
means?
is though?
Yeah.
What was your feeling in the moment of the dream? Because that's a big teller of what it was. Did you feel scared? Did you feel
scared.
mad?
I was scared. I was scared that I was gonna get an R word.
So,
what do jail dreams mean?
Do you know what you were in for?
If I really think about it, but I need to figure it out because I was gonna look it up.
I think I have an inkling of like where this is coming from.
Please say.
What? Okay, I think
that being a father is maybe coming up.
So it says feelings of particularly being trapped or restricted in your waking life, which could kind of make sense if you're getting ready to become a dad.
Which is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad
mean
thing
that
you
don't want to be a father or anything. It's just that
feelings of confinement
that can feel scary. But
I don't know. I think about.
it says this one says jail or prison dreams could mean that you're afraid of taking on new challenges and responsibilities because you believe that you will fail.
That's probably right.
That could be fitting for where you
That's
are.
probably right. I've had jail dreams before.
Okay, we're not digressing off our would you rathers again.
Sorry. I'd rather go to
jail is horrible.
Jail for 5 years or be in a coma for 10.
Jail for 5 years.
Yeah, jail.
Really, I think I would pick the coma.
I would be too.
That's just like
because the time would just pass. Like I would have no recollection of the 10 years missed. Like I would have no.
But you are aging and you are missing out on time.
That's true, but I'd have no like. I mean, I'd have to get over the fear of like missing out. But you're gonna have to get over the fear of missing out if you were in jail too. But I'll have no trauma.
Like
that's what I'm thinking.
It is less years and maybe a little bit of trauma, but it's also you're learning things throughout that, and you have this like kind of crazy experience that you can take with you versus being so like
you probably won't even know how to work a phone anymore. All right, next.
A
relationship one.
Yeah, there's actually one right here. Would you rather have another 10 years with your partner or a one night stand with your celebrity crush? Why do I feel like I was saying stand weird?
I don't know, but that's just I feel like if that's kind of a dumb one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's the first relationship one I saw. Okay, you know what?
No, I mean, come on now. First of all, if you're in a relationship, who's
you're gonna
to
pick?
say,
Yeah,
I was gonna say celebrity crush.
Yeah. You know what though?
Okay, this one's kind of funny.
But who's gonna say your relationship?
I actually spoke to Sam about something pretty crazy the other day.
Like, would you get a hall pass on a celebrity crush?
Nah, not necessarily a hall pass, but this might be even crazy.
Can I say something wild before you say that?
Yeah.
If it was a guy, depending on who the celebrity crush is, we don't need a hall pass, can we?
We all do this together.
Yeah, let's run it up together. I mean, who are we talking about? Like,
no
wait
comment.
a second.
No comment.
Would he be down?
If I ran a train on my girl with another dude, I'm cheating on her. I do not care about her. That's me personally, though. I know I'm different.
With another dude, you're cheating on her.
Yeah. I don't care about you like that.
Yeah, no, I mean.
That's how I feel. Not every dude feels that way, though.
Okay.
Can I say something? No. Go ahead, and I'll try to remember it. Go ahead.
Okay. Because I want to do some of these, like, funnier ones.
Yeah.
Would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup?
Please get some
Maple
better
syrup.
questions.
Maple syrup. It's less.
I don't care. Both of them, I effing at this point. What? Those aren't even hard. Like these are just like, who cares? Like, you gonna be dirty and have to shower regardless. Like,
No.
That was so bad. I'm sorry. Hey, give me the phone.
I know, I picked a bad one.
Those are terrible.
Would you rather lose your sight or your hearing?
Hearing.
I feel like we talked about this
I think I'm losing my hearing. I literally had to go get a physical the other day, and they're like, cover one ear, and they're like, I'm gonna whisper something.
Or
Tell
your
me what you
sight or
said.
your ability to speak.
I think I'll lose my ability to speak, so
Yeah.
then I can get.
Yeah, I mean, sign language.
I'm like, every answer.
Ability
I'm
to
like,
speak or hearing.
speak. I'm probably gonna speak.
Okay, would you rather have a
me
pause
talk
or a
about.
rewind button in your life?
Oh my gosh, what happens when you pause though?
You just get stuck in
Like, are you in the coma, or like, do you get to
Well,
like
rewind,
pause
I
them?
guess.
Well, I would assume that
Rewind.
if
Rewind.
you paused, I would assume that you would still be able to.
Rewind.
You would be able to move.
I think everyone should choose rewind, right?
No.
You get to live longer. You get to
Pause and do what?
like write in the journal or something. Like
You just keep
like,
going to the
plan.
gym, getting bigger. Like
Yeah, like what are you pausing? I'm kind of confused on that. How about let's change pause and go to future? Like future, would you rather
Could you
fast forward
or rewind? No, I would rewind in that situation then 100%.
I would rewind.
I'd be one to fast forward sometimes. in life.
But then you would miss out on all of it. I mean,
It's
I
all
guess
good.
you would have a
It's all good.
recollection of it, like up here, but you wouldn't.
Hey, how fast did 2023 just go by? I don't remember none of that.
I mean, facts.
Let me think while you picking those terrible questions.
I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing.
Would you rather? Okay, I got one. All right. Would you rather cheat on your significant other and they're going to find out for $50 million and you can never tell them?
So you cheat and they find out.
No, not cheat. Break up. Break up. Let's do break up. You have to break up with your love of your life and you can't tell them why for $50 million?
50 million.
Or would you rather stay with them?
I'd stay.
I think if I had the right partner, I'd stay.
You know what's so crazy about that?
Yeah, let me say that. It would depend upon, like,
if this
am I
was my
six?
life partner
Yeah, you said.
and I was 100%
Yeah, he did.
in on
He
them,
did say love of your life. If it was
Yeah,
the love of my life, nah.
I'm staying.
Y'all can keep the money.
You know what? I'm gonna pick for sure same, but I don't
Because money
know
doesn't
how,
buy happiness.
I don't know how I'll be rocking. I think honestly.
I'll find another
Can
love
you
of my life.
imagine? Can you listen?
I don't know,
listen,
but I'd have to see the
50
50. But I'd have to see it sitting down in front of me. I'd have to see it open in front of me.
Listen.
If that bitch was open in front of me, I might feel a little different.
You could.
Listen.
I would
listen.
still
Die the
pick the
next
same.
day, though.
I would still pick the same thing, but if it was in front of me, I might have a little hesitation. We might have to do a little some real thinking.
I just can't fathom the idea of us breaking up, and I lost out on 50 mil.
Oh, like if y'all broke up over something different.
But it's the love of your life. You're not gonna break up.
Right. I mean, no. I mean, I hope not. But life, right?
What if you took the 50 mil and then put half in their name, and then you were like, oh, but you couldn't tell them.
I probably do. I would do this, something like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell them, but
You could still.
I would definitely do that. I would be so. I wouldn't do it. I would pick Sam for sure, but I would be sick if Sam breaks up with me.
Yeah.
I got a crazy question though. Actually, yeah.
Go
I'm
ahead.
trying not to forget these things, but they just keep coming to me as these questions, and I'm forgetting the first one.
Go ahead.
Do y'all believe that there's one person out there for you, or do you believe that there's multiple?
Why did I feel like you were gonna say this?
Do you have an opinion?
I don't know. What's your
I go?
answer?
Like kind of love of your life, the soulmate type.
Yeah,
of thing.
soulmate. Yeah. Do you believe in soulmates? I guess.
I don't think that we have one soulmate.
No, me neither. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I think I kind of feel the same way. Only because, like, well, I think some people can have one if you don't ever, like, grow. If you're, like, one of those people that kind of stay stagnant.
No, I'm talking about, like, on some fate. Like, there's one person out there in this world, and they're meant for you. Like, there's one person. Not, like there's only one person.
Do you ever think about that? Maybe that one person who you'll never meet, and then, like, that could be a soulmate of yours. That's, like...
No, because I don't believe that. But I have thought about that.
Yeah,
could
I
be
believe
a
that.
soulmate.
I believe that
But, like-
but I think you have different types of soulmates. Like, I think there's friends that carry that title, and then I think there's romantic relationships.
So you think there's one soulmate romantically? One. Nah. There's millions of people just like each of us.
The reason why I hesitate is I say no, but I say no for a different reason. I say no because I think you grow and evolve, and I think, like, if I think about, like, my ex-husband, I think my ex-husband was my soulmate for the person I was at that time in my life. Like, I don't think there would have been anyone possibly better for me at that time than him. But if you ask me, like, if that would be my soulmate for the person I am now, I'd be like, F no. Like,
Yeah.
not even in the slightest.
Yeah. You know, I just want to say this, sorry. And then I hope you have a good question.
I don't because
I'm distracting you.
I'm just feeling the judgment at my question choices.
It's all good. You didn't write them.
Let me see if I can find some relationship would you rathers, but keep going.
You know, I just want to say this just because, I don't know, you know, I love Sam, and as I am working on becoming a father and also, like, husband, like
Didi.
a Didi, I really, and I've always done this, but, like, I feel the more thought of it, like, every second of me just wanting to be so much better, and, like, how I can even in a relationship, thinking about a marriage, how I can keep making sure that she feels reassured, keep making sure that she feels loved, feels beautiful. And this is really, like, cheesy, but I just think it's important because a lot of guys stop doing that. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I haven't, like, chilled on doing that before, like getting comfortable basically. But, like, that's something that I really want to, like, keep working on because, when I decided to, like, propose to Sam, like, well, I mean, knew I wanted to be with her, but I was just like, marriages don't last a lot of times, and I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to make sure that it's not that honeymoon phase is over And I don't know. That's just random, but I just wanted to share that.
Can I give you small advice?
Mm-hmm.
From somebody, like, obviously my marriage wasn't perfect, right? Because we did end up getting divorced, but I can look at it from a retrospective now to like really speak on what I think what was missed. And then reflecting back on like my grandmother and my grandfather's relationship, like they were married like 40 some years. Like, I mean, if you didn't believe in soulmates, they would be the couple that would like make you believe in soulmates. But like they always did the little things. And I think that is the number one thing that people forget in relationships as you get deeper and deeper in. It really is the little things. Like they had a chalkboard in their kitchen, and every morning before he would go to work, he would leave her a chalkboard message. Yeah. Before he left the house. Or like my best friend, and her husband, like when they were dating, he used to leave like sticky notes in her car. Yeah. Before she would go to work. And I think I know for women, like I can only really speak for the woman's side, but I know for most women, like we just want to know that in the chaos of your day, and knowing that time is valuable to everybody, but I feel like men have a very strong value on like time and who they give time to and where they give it and all of that stuff. So those little things of like you reminding me that through all the chaos, even though you feel like you have no time and it's so hectic, you took the time out of your day to like send me a text message, to stop and get flowers, to, if you were in the grocery store, grab my favorite energy drink, grab my favorite snacks. Like things. Those are such small things. It's not the big gestures. And I think people really, really get away from it. And the small things really are easy to do. Like it's not hard. Like you're already there. If you're in the gas station, like, and you're getting an energy drink, get me an energy drink. Like it doesn't take any time out of your day. Yeah. And I think people forget that. And then I also think the whole, like, you've probably seen it before, like it's like the 1-1-1 rule. Have you seen that? Mm-mm. So it's like, one day out of the week you have a date night. And then one weekend out of the month you do like a trip. And then, 1 month out of the year you do like or
something like
that. Something like that. Yeah, it's like a date night. So it's once a year you do a week away, once a month you do a weekend away, and once a week you do a date night. And it like keeps things, and I can reflect on that too, because you also have to realize when you're in a marriage, you have to get more creative about what's a date night, right? Because when you're not living together and you're not married, like getting together and having a dinner out somewhere, like that's very much a date. Yeah. But when you're married, it's like that's really not a date, like unless you like, and it's not even that you have to do something nicer, but it's the intention. Monday comes around. Hey, babe, Friday night, we're going to go to dinner. I picked us out a great restaurant.
Be ready at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, dress cute. Like, even though it could even be the same spot that y'all randomly I'm saying it could be the spot that you guys randomly go to sometimes on a Friday night, unplanned. Sure. But because you were like, hey, babe, we're doing, you planned it out. You told her to be ready by a certain time, all of that. Now it turned into a date. And I think that's really important in order to make sure that you have balance.
I agree. And that's like, I just wanted to say that because like, I feel like a lot of men don't do that. And I think they don't think about it as much either. And so I think like, and some also men frown upon doing it, like or more so like you get carried for wanting to be like, I don't know. I thought about maybe saving this for next pod, but basically like being the man wearing the pants in a relationship or whatever like that versus not. And I think a lot of men like, it's like there's a space to be like a leader, and I like parallel that word with like dominant. Yeah. And also too, just because you're being that doesn't mean like you don't be something or be not emotional. What's the word?
I think the right word is compassionate. Like think about it. Yeah. I mean, when you think about like, there's a saying in jobs, like when people quit, they never quit the job, they quit the manager. like they leave because of the person they work for. I think this is the same sort of thing. Like the best leaders out there are people that lead from a space of compassion. It doesn't mean that you are weak, or it doesn't mean that you don't sometimes have to, you know, put your foot down, for lack of better words. But I think what a lot of men miss is that as women, when I know that you have a compassionate side, and Morgan, you can tell me if you agree or disagree with this, but I feel like as a woman, when I know you have a compassionate side, it's easier for me to let you lead, because now I trust that, one, most men are more logical thinkers anyways, but now I know that you're also compassionate, so I know that you are balancing out what's best for us as a couple logically and what's best for us as a couple like emotionally. So now I can literally have my hands off the wheel and be like, okay, like where do you want to take us, or what's the game plan? And then I think a lot of times people don't realize, like, a lot of times men are the planners, but women are the, I don't want to say, maybe executors is too extreme, but like we're the support. Like if you tell me like, all right, this is the plan, it's mapped out, at least for me, when I'm really in a relationship, all right, this is what we need to do. Are you doing this? I'm getting everything. That I think that's I'm the detail oriented one that's like, all right, you said this is where you want to go. Let me tell you how we're going to get there. Like,
well, also sometimes, you know, the roles can be reversed.
No,
you know,
100%.
Like, sure.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But do you agree that like the compassion helps?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. And it's like being able to see the amount of effort that's put in, or, you know, being with somebody who's not showing you those things doesn't make, like, you can be your own person and want to do those things regardless, but if someone isn't doing that for you and showing up for you, I think it's way less likely for you to be able to show up.
Yeah, I think
well.
I think it's with anything, you know, can go both ways, but of course when someone is leaning into you, like that makes you want to lean into them, because then you feel like it's reciprocated. I think even in out of romantic relationships.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
Even
like,
in friendships.
Like I've noticed a lot of my friends really leaning into me, and it just makes me want to like lean in even further. And it's just this like, why are you laughing?
No. I was thinking about something else I was going to say after. Sorry. I'm not laughing at you.
But I think I agree. I think when you are in a space where like things feel reciprocated, everybody just kind of moves in a different space. Like even today, I'm supposed to go to Slingshot with one of my girlfriends, and on the way over here, I was like, I don't want to do it. Like I've been rushing all day, like whatever. But we haven't like got to have time together in a couple weeks because everything has been hectic. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go, because it may not be exactly what I want to do in the moment. But when we talk about reciprocal, like she's been there for me so much the last like year and through all these transitions that it's like, not that I owe her that, but like it makes you want to do that. And I think
in a relationship as a friend.
Yeah. And I think when everybody works like that, like there's a lot of times we don't want to do shit. And I don't think, you know, people talk about like, oh, well, you shouldn't want to do something out of obligation. I don't think obligation is necessarily always a bad thing if it's in the right way. Like I know I'm going to have a good time if I go. I know we're going to have a blast. Like I'm not going to go and be like, dang, I wish I didn't go, but you know.
Yeah. I was laughing because my username on the game is Twin, and I like it because when I say like when I play with a random and they call me Twin, I feel so obligated to like, I got you, like Twin. So it made me think about that. It's like, all right, Twin, I got you.
I know. I get so hyped by like when people either give me like a little nickname or they do stuff like that, like Twin. You know,
yeah, like I got you. What you
like,
mean? I got
you. I get
you.
suckered in so fast to that kind of like.
I think it's just that like when somebody can match your energy, like I didn't even say this to you, Morgan, but like when you posted me in the gym the other, like that was a little boost for me because like I'm very like deep in prep, and I just don't think I like see some of the things that other people, and I'm like in that like stage where my nerves are starting to like kick up. So when you posted, you were like, what waist? I was like, oh no, I was like, don't gas me up. Like,
be careful, you know, women, you know what I'm saying? Be just saying. I'm not, you know, women just be saying whatever. I follow this one girl, shout out to her, she popping or whatever. And she'll, every girl she'll repost her, and she'll be like, oh my God, so beautiful. I'm like, she ain't ever beautiful. You don't believe that either.
No, I don't.
Sorry.
I
I'm
personally.
not saying you
wasn't
didn't mean that.
beautiful?
I'm not saying you don't. She didn't mean that in what ways. I'm just joking. It was a joke. But yeah, no, you.
No, there are girls. No, I know
Girls
the girls
that be
like that.
boosting, like,
And I'm
oh my
like,
God.
Y'all know I don't do that.
Yeah.
So
No, that's not
like,
me
on my
either,
story
like-
every
No,
day,
I
like-
was joking. Sorry, Morgan. God dang, all right.
I'm feeling a little hot today. All right.
I've been turning this one. I'm scared she might, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Yeah, no, that's
Season
facts.
2 there might be something coming.
Special guest.
oh Lord.
I wanted to think of one more. Would you rather? I couldn't think of my lava lamp's effed up. If you see that, I just bought that thing. Look at that.
It's not lava.
It's not lavaing at all. But I think we should maybe wrap this up. This is actually our last episode of season 2. Season 1. Season 1. This is our last episode.
Our last.
I mean,
Maybe we didn't talk about anything.
yeah.
I was gonna say, didn't we say it was gonna be our last episode, like 3 episodes?
Well, we
Yeah.
originally were gonna do
Last
8.
one was going to be our last one. And then
Yeah.
you weren't here, so we don't want to
Oh,
do the
yeah,
last one
okay.
without you. And then
Yeah.
here.
So, yeah, next season. I mean, I think we're all on the same page. Like, we're gonna have guests.
Yeah. So if
Um,
you think you have something
We need to
important
figure
to
out
talk
the,
about,
the,
hit Miles up.
the segment or hit y'all up. The segment.
I mean, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can hit us up too.
We need to figure out the segment part because I think one of y'all said something, or maybe someone said something to y'all. Someone said something to me too about like a call-in kind of vibe. I'm not sure. I'm not doing a call-in straight up.
Yeah, no, I'm not for the call.
I think the not going to lie thing is pretty good. I don't know if there's like a cap on like how much you can say on that.
Yeah. Wait. then
Colin
hold on.
would be hard, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not giving out my number, and I'm not. Like,
Getting a new number. What about a
That part.
WhatsApp line?
I have a WhatsApp line. But
Hit us
Yeah,
on
I don't know how I
WhatsApp
feel about I don't know how I feel about Collins either.
Yeah, I mean, and then if we did it live, the only thing I was thinking about.
I just feel like it's entertaining for people to be like, oh, like, here's my question. Like, have
and
Yeah.
answer it.
answer. I'm not saying we have great answers or good advice.
So
but it's,
the other thing I was thinking about, which wouldn't be right
Couldn't
away.
we do that through like the not gonna lie thing? Like
yeah, we could. I just, like I said, I don't know how much they can put on one thing.
Well, they could DM if the situation, but
But then, yeah.
so what I was also
This
thinking
part.
about doing was, and this might not be like this idea might be a season 3 thing or whatever, but you know, eventually when we be able to switch cameras and do things like that, we could stream it or go live on the Instagram or whatever. And then someone would be here to switch the camera angles because there's a button you press. Anyways, they could read out. They would have an external mic and they would be able to read us out the questions.
yeah, I think that's cool too.
And then the other thing is I wanted to start a broadcast channel for the podcast page on Instagram, but I don't know. Maybe we could do a Discord or something like that eventually. I don't think we have that many people that would be in there right now, but I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to this season, and next season's gonna be better. And
Facts.
anything else y'all want to say?
Yeah, no, just thanks for sticking along for the season. Like, it was kind of a trial run, I feel like.
Yeah.
A little bit, and we're like learning every time we
Record.
go, and I think it's just gonna get better. I think we might have some tea to drop like next season. And I think
Started
it'll
out
just,
with some tea.
yeah, and I think it'll be good to see the
Well, I was trying to get the last little sip of water.
No, yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Shay? Any last words for the season?
And I've had some people say, like, just reaching out about the podcast, and I just appreciate that so much.
Yeah, same.
Checking in.
Yeah, I think same thing here. Just appreciate the love. Excited for us to get another season under our belt. I'm excited to do guests. I think
Yeah.
that's going to be really, really fun.
It's just, sorry. Go ahead. Go. Sorry.
Yeah, I think my goal would be for us to bring on some people that maybe have a little more experience in some of these topics that we talked about, or some life skill things that we can learn from
Stats.
as well. Us too, not just you guys. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I think like the weird part is like since we've only technically we recorded 10 now, but it's like we've only done this together like 10 times. So it's not like we
It's not a
practice this
lot.
every day. You know what I mean?
And you guys have to realize, like, we don't practice this before the podcast. We don't edit it. Like,
Yeah.
some podcasts are very edited. Take out pauses here, pauses there, things that could be misconstrued. And so I think it's very raw, and you know, I appreciate part of that.
Yeah. And just anyone that sends in like any topic or question, like, I mean, we use all of them. So it's like, just feel free. Like, if you want us to talk about different things, because that's another thing too with season 2. It's cool because we're going to have a guest and they'll be able to, you know, give a different angle and everything like that. And we can almost revisit some of the same things in a different way because we'll have a guest.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, we could talk about just some regular like stuff, like some not day-to-day type situation, but maybe just some life, you know, like even talking about like the New Year's, like talking about New Year's goals. And I think be able to drop. And honestly, Shay, I want to give you a shout out. I mean, you have 2, Morgan, but Shay's been killing with the okay, I can't put my foot there. But just like with like, even you said some couple things on this pod where I thought were very like valuable, and I want us to all be able to have valuable things. And that's the reason why I even said the thing about wanting to get better within me and Sam's relationship. Not because, but I just want men, because like I said, I talk to homies all day, I talk to different people, and I just want men to be able to feel comfortable or be okay with doing what we talked about at the end. And I just want to be able to be a small impact or whatever in that situation. And the last thing I want to say is, it's kind of annoying because season 2, when we have guests, it's almost like we start all over again because we haven't practiced that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be like, anyways, thank you guys.
I think the new perspective will be good. And also, like you said, when we're looking back at the podcast, it's like, oh, I could have said that. I should have said that. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of crazy to see, but I think it'll be interesting.
All right. Thank you guys again. And we'll catch you guys next season. All right. Bye.